Hey guys, my name's Nova, this is Film Express, and today I'll be talking about the new MCU special, Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by Night is a new 1-hour special that people have touted as a new, refreshing, unique entry into the MCU that breaks the MCU formula, and people are really praising it. So I really had to see it for myself. And I'll say this, I tried, guys. I truly tried. Every time a new MCU movie comes out that tries something a little bit new or different, everyone is quick to say that this is the best one or the greatest one or the one that breaks the formula. But I don't see how. I really don't see how, guys. It might be in black and white, and it might be a nice little throwback to like 1930s Universal horror movies like Frankenstein and Dracula and all those, but it is still the same old Marvel formula through and through. It's really nothing different, and it might be in black and white, and it's a cool little gimmick. They added a little bit of film grain to make it look like it was filmed on actual film stock, but it wasn't, and you could really tell that it was digital. And even that film grain stock, it comes off really fake. They even add like cigarette burns at the top of the screen, and there's way too many cigarette burns in this 1-hour film for it to even make sense. So I found that really funny. And I think, yeah, a lot of people are quick to be excited about this film because there's a pretty vicious scene that involves a lot of blood. As a nice throwback to the horror genre, obviously, but it's CGI blood and it comes off really fake, and I can't say that it was pretty effective, and it almost took me out because it didn't really look like real blood. I feel like that CGI black and white texture didn't really add too much to it. It started off with some cool atmosphere, some really great cinematography throughout. Michael Giachinno is a composer who's now directing feature films, and I can't say he did a bad job. I'll say that I really had problems just with the MCU in general and Marvel films in general. He actually brought some top tier directing to this film. Like, he really managed to capture a mood and atmosphere and really bring some nice homages back to old cinema. But I really have problems with a lot of this film. Like, you have these actors that are just cosplaying in silly costumes and playing make-believe in these silly environments, talking to CGI characters in random locations. The narratives are always so inconsequential. There's really no stakes to anything, and everything just feels so phony and tacked on. This movie has Gael Garcia Bernal, and he's been in some fantastic movies over the course of his career. I feel like he didn't do that great of a job in this one. In fact, there's a scene of him like talking to a CGI bush that I just almost like laughed out loud. And then we have Harriet Sampson, who's a phenomenal actress as well. She's been in some great movies. She had a particularly really great performance in PTA's The Phantom Thread, basically just pretending to be a villain in this fantasy setting. It really felt out of place. The performances were just campy and hammy, and I don't think that was the intention. Like, I really feel that this film is trying to take itself seriously. So in that sense, like, to me, it's just almost laughable. And I'm starting to think that maybe I've grown out of the Marvel films. There's been so much Marvel content this year alone that's just been so subpar and lacking quality, just bottom tier, bottom of the barrel type stuff. I think that either I've really grown out of it or the quality's just dipped so much and people are not really trying. Like, these scripts are not getting read before they're being greenlit. Studios used to be really focused on quality. Now it's just churning stuff out, like vomiting content out at such a fast rate. This is the McDonald's of movies, basically. Like, this is quick and easy, goes down. It might not sit well in your stomach. And sure, like, if it's Halloween, it has a little bit of a Halloween theme. You might get a little bit of a Halloween treat, but you're not getting anything of substance, and you're not going to get anything of quality here. Like, this really doesn't do anything new for the MCU in general. We finally let a director off the training wheels, sure, but at the end of the day, it's still so held back by silly, like, young adult novel type dialogue, inconsequential, like, narratives. The stakes are never high. The fight choreography is literally so silly. It's all super childish. We get garbage CGI characters, like we get Man-Thing, but it's so ham, it's so cheese at this point that it really is not effective. It's just truly unremarkable content, and it started off a little bit strong, some strong atmosphere, but it quickly dove right back into those same Marvel cliches, those Marvel tropes, and this really is nothing new to the genre, and it's nothing new for the formula. In fact, I would say this was just a waste of time for me, something that I don't enjoy, and I'm just really starting to think that maybe I will not be watching Marvel movies going forward or Marvel content going forward. And that's okay, and it's okay that it's not for me, you know what I mean? Like, I just have a higher standard for the type of stuff that entertains me. There's so much anticipation to the transformation to the werewolf in this film, and by the time it happens, this is the goofiest looking costume and practical effects I have seen in so long. This werewolf looks worse than the 1968 Planet of the Apes. The effects in this movie are worse than An American Werewolf in London, which came out like 30 years ago. The effects in this movie are so so trash that films from 30, 40, almost 50 years ago have better special effects, have better attention to detail in the costume, and have better execution in their elements of fear and their recreation of these ghastly fairy tale creatures. They used to be so effective at this. Marvel has completely missed the mark on this one. And while I applaud Michael Giacchino for trying his best directing a pretty great first feature, there was so much lacking, and I just wish that he wasn't tied down to the MCU, because the MCU is literally like the plague on the industry right now, and I, for one, I'm just super tired of everything. So this is just more of what I've grown to expect from a studio like this. I really don't know why a lot of people are thinking this is kind of breaking the formula. This is literally the same type of film, the same type of formula, the same type of setup and structure as every single other MCU film. You know, I feel a little bit gaslit by the reviews on Letterboxd, but that's okay. I won't hold it against you guys. You guys can call this a hot take, but I'm just expressing my thoughts on this movie and the MCU in general. Very disappointed with the direction that they're taking, and very disappointed with the type of content that we're getting from them. Yeah, please like, please dislike, please, if you're interested, please subscribe. It would do a lot to help the channel out. I've been really enjoying getting these reviews out for you guys. If you agree with me, please let me know in the comments. And if you do disagree with me, that's okay. We can always agree on the next one. So this is Nova. Cheers, and thanks for tuning in.